Hello, I'm Allan Arkush, and this is Trails from Hell with a cinema quiz question. How did George Cukor come to direct The Women? After the success of Dinner at 8, David Copperfield, and Camille, Cukor was assigned the biggest picture of them all, Gone with the Wind. With producer David O. Selznick, they prepped for 2 years. They tested hundreds of actresses for Scarlett O'Hara. They tested every actor who wanted a part, every costume, and every set. And then came the big surprise. After 2 weeks of principal photography, Cukor was fired. He was humiliated. But secretly, he was glad to be rid of Selznick, who had become addicted to Benzedrine, lengthy memos, and directing the director. Now, into this crisis situation stepped Louis B. Mayer of MGM. Mayer pulled Victor Fleming off The Wizard of Oz. And since Fleming and Clark Gable were close friends, Fleming was assigned Gone with the Wind. The Wizard of Oz was taken over by King Vidor, who directed the black and white Kansas sequences. Now this left Cukor, who was an expensive director to have on salary, without a picture. And he was eyeing another MGM property, The Women, which was being prepped by Ernst Lubitsch. So imagine, you are the producer of The Women and you have a choice between Ernst Lubitsch and George Cukor. Well, Lubitsch was moved over to another script which was being written by none other than Billy Wilder. So there you have it. This game of musical directorial chairs is complete. And we have 4 classic movies. The Wizard of Oz, Gone with the Wind, Lubitsch's Ninotchka, and our trailer from hell, 1939's The Women. Stars, 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 a galaxy of women and not one man. George Cukor was the perfect director to wrangle a cast of actresses who seemingly had all tested for Scarlett O'Hara. This is Rosalind Russell's first comedy, and it changed the course of her career. She begged to audition for Cukor and prepared 3 different versions of the character. Cukor chose the broadest, wackiest one. Norma SHEARER was the queen of the MGM lot. The widow of Irving Thalberg, she had stature and lots of MGM stock options. Joan Crawford desperately wanted to play the other woman. The studio was against it. They were worried that playing such an amoral, cold-blooded bitch would offend her fan base. Fiercely lobbying both Mayer and Cukor, she got the part and made a smallish role into a true star turn. All these fabulous women needed fabulous clothes, and Adrian got the assignment. He took it way too far. I mean, look at Roz Russell's hat. The costumes have a life of their own, drawing attention to themselves in every scene. In the second hour, this fast-paced film grinds to a halt for a Technicolor fashion show. The original Broadway show was written by Clare Boothe Luce, wife of the founder of Time magazine. She got a lot of uncredited help from George S. Kaufman, author of Dinner at 8, and many Marx Brothers movies. The screenplay was by Oscar nominee Jane Murfin and Gentlemen Prefer Blondes Anita Loos. The Hollywood censors were appalled by all the adultery and the raunchy Broadway dialogue. Cukor, Loos, and Murfin were a pretty quick-witted trio, and in just 2 weeks they had substituted their own quips and put-downs for those that were too hot for Hollywood. The movie has Cukor's most outwardly stylish direction, from the opening credits that morph the actresses into their animal counterparts to a series of tracking shots through spas and salons, ending with Roz Russell gossiping under a dryer. I mean, you've got to love moments like this.
I've had 2 years to grow claws, Mother. Jungle Red!
Roz Russell steals the picture. Cukor could bring out the qualities of an actress that made her a star. Roz was a gum-chewing, fast-talking, wisecracking broad, and she was encouraged to just play herself.
Stephen's fed up with you, Crystal. In your heart, you know it.
Yes, take my advice, Crystal. Put your mind on your alimony.
Alimony? With what Stephen can get on you, he won't have to give you a dime.
As good as the action was on camera, it was behind the scenes where the real fireworks took place. Crawford and Shearer were the biggest stars on the MGM lot, but they didn't much like each other. They were rehearsing their big scene together, and Joan wouldn't put down her knitting. As Norma read her lines, all she got from Joan was the click, click, click of her knitting needles. Norma got mad. Click, click, click. Cukor got madder. More click, click, click. George threw Joan off the set, sent the cast home, and shut down for the day. I mean, wow, can you imagine? This is a great movie to watch while drinking champagne with a group of witty good friends. It's a lot of wisecracking laughs. But if you're still unconvinced, imagine this scene. Paulette Goddard and Rosalind Russell dressed as cowgirls in a Dude Ranch catfight. It's The Women. Thank you, David Selznick. for firing George.